Nice. It's the first word people reach for when they've got nothing else to say about you. He's nice. She's nice. Good guy. Easy to work with. It sounds like a compliment. It's a placeholder. It's what fills the silence when someone's asked to describe you and can't find anything sharper. And you built your entire personality out of it.
You learned it early. Don't make a scene. Don't be difficult. Read the room and become whatever it needs. And it worked. Teachers liked you, managers liked you. Nobody ever had a problem with you. Nobody ever had a problem with you. Sit with how that sounds when you say it slowly.
Nice and kind are not the same thing. They're barely related. Kind is when you do the thing that's actually good for the other person. Nice is when you do the thing that keeps them comfortable with you right now. Kind tells your friend the business plan has a hole in it. Nice says it sounds amazing and lets him find the hole 18 months and $40,000 later. Kind cost you something. Nice cost you nothing. That's the whole tell. That's how you separate them in under a second. Kind is expensive. Nice is free. And you've been paying yourself in the free one for years and calling it character. So let's be exact about what you actually are, because too nice is the flattering version. You're conflict avoidant. You found out somewhere around age 9 that agreeing makes the bad feelings stop, and you never upgraded the strategy. That's it. That's the whole thing. It's not generosity. It's a nervous system that learned one move. Watch what it cost you. You said yes to the project you didn't have time for, and then delivered it late and badly, and the person would have been better off with a clean no in the first 10 seconds. You watched someone on your team do the work wrong for 6 months, because correcting them in month 1 felt cruel. By month 6, it wasn't a correction anymore. It was a firing. You let the friendship go quiet instead of saying the one uncomfortable sentence that might have saved it. And the version of this you can actually put a number on. You took the first offer. You heard the figure, felt the silence coming, and filled it with that works. You didn't negotiate because negotiating means being, for about 4 seconds, a mild inconvenience to a person who is being pleasant to you. 4 seconds. That's the going rate. That's what you sold it for. Every single time, you told yourself you were sparing them. You weren't. You were sparing yourself from watching their face change. That's the part you don't want to look at. Niceness isn't selflessness wearing a modest outfit. It's self-protection that figured out how to get complimented. And the bill still comes. You didn't avoid the conflict. You bought it on credit. You'll pay it later, with interest, in the form of a relationship that ends badly, instead of a conversation that went badly. Resentment is just niceness with the interest added. That thing you feel at 2 a.m. about the person you never pushed back on, that's not them. They never knew. You never told them. That's the invoice. You think being nice buys you trust. It spends it. Because trust isn't built on agreement. Trust is built on the fact that your words track reality. And the moment someone works out that you say yes to everything, your yes stops carrying information. It's not a decision anymore. It's a reflex, and everybody can hear the difference. Your yes is worthless because your no doesn't exist. This is why the person nobody wants to disappoint is never the person everyone likes. It's the person whose approval is actually rare. When they say the work is good, you believe them, because you've watched them say it wasn't. You've never said it wasn't. So when you say it's good, it lands as nothing. Weather, noise. He says that about everything. You spent a decade building a reputation for agreeableness, and what you actually built was a reputation for being uninformative. Now, the correction people make here is worse than the problem, so let's kill it early. You've met this guy. He read half a book about radical candor and came back with all of the candor and none of the care. He interrupts people and calls it efficiency. He humiliates a junior in a meeting and calls it high standards. He tells you he's just honest, which is what people say right before they tell you something that isn't useful, isn't true, and wasn't asked for. He's not the cure. He's the same disease, because he's avoiding something too. The nice guy avoids being disliked. The blunt guy avoids being known. Cruelty is a very effective way to make sure nobody ever gets close enough to see anything. He didn't escape the fear. He just found a version that gets mistaken for strength. Both of them are running from the same room, one by flattering everyone in it, one by clearing it out. The thing you're actually looking for is narrow, and it's harder than either of them. It's caring about someone enough to say the sentence they don't want to hear, and then staying in the room while they process it, not sending it in a message, not softening it into meaninglessness, not delivering it, and walking out so you don't have to sit in the silence after. Staying. And it's a skill, not a personality. That's the good news you didn't ask for. You start absurdly small. You send the food back. You say that doesn't work for me once, out loud, to someone whose opinion you don't need. You let a request sit for one full day before answering it, because half of your yeses are just panic with good manners. Then you go bigger. You tell one person one true thing this week that you'd normally file away. It will feel terrible. It's supposed to. You're doing a thing your nervous system has spent 30 years rooting around. Do it enough times and something changes that you can't fake from the outside. Your word starts to mean something. To them, and to you. That's it. That's the whole muscle. Not aggression, not dominance. Not becoming somebody harder than you are. Just the willingness to watch someone's face change and not leave. You've been calling it kindness this whole time. It was never kindness. It was flinching, with a nice smile on it.